XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if you refer to one analysis, since the price was within this correction, we mentioned we're looking for buy, and our target was 1.175. 1.75. Okay, as we can see, the pro tag and break, but reverse. That's why when the price was within this move, all right, exactly after this correction, based on higher time frame forward chart, we mentioned we're looking for the big correction similar to any of this, even based on 1 hour chart. That's why I mentioned any trade we get based on flag, we consider as a short term. Even when the price was here, we mentioned if you look at the trade, we consider as a short term, but there was no trade because we mentioned if we want, because we mentioned we can, if we're looking for the trade as a flag, okay? Because at that time the price was here. The only way to trade was having entry to have above the top, but as we can see, the price reversed, even didn't take the entry, okay? Now the thing is, this is the thing, sometimes we want to have entry above the top because if there is a continuation, we can get the trade. If the price start to reverse, similar to what we have here, what happened here, then we are not in the trade, okay? Now we want to see what's the next. In this case, we remove this one. Okay. Now we want to see whether this is the only one and the price can reverse. Can we look at this one as expanding with this sharp move, or this one can tend to more complex correction? How we can trade it? As we can see, the price trying to reverse. Okay, if there is a reversal, if we want to look for trade, either we should look for the flag or having entry above this. Rather than that, we don't have any other option because right now we can look at this as expanding flag relative to this. If you want to look for continuation, and how deep it can go if the price drop with the breakout of this low, which is 1.555, we can look for 1.44 because this levels is relative. I mean, based on the percentage relative to is the relative to this move, not the overall. Okay, that's why still we can expect if there is a continuation for this, if this one tend to a correction, the next level we can look for 1.44. As long as the price haven't retest this low, we can look for continuation. If the price retest, maybe we can look at the entire chart for the big correction. By the way, right now we look at this as expanding. Any reversal will take it with either with the sharp move flag or having entry above this. Okay, and even if we refer to our analysis, when we put this one in relative to this, we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. Even this right now, we can see it. That's why the possibility of the drop was there. Okay, now we move to daily chart. You want to see what we have based on daily chart? All right, based on daily chart, now we get this down move for the candle for today. Now the question is, this one can be similar to any of this? That means can we expect to for the reversal by next day, or we can expect to get the big correction? This is what we need to know, and right now we cannot confirm. That's why if we want to trade based on lower time frame, we need to be quite careful. And even if we refer to my last analysis, we mentioned since every time we had a sharp move, it following by the correction, similar to what we get here and here. That's why we mentioned we can expect to get a correction. Now the thing is whether this is the only one or it's going to be more complex. Anyway, still we can look for continuation, but we need to look for the trade setup, okay? Because we don't want to jump into the trade because we mentioned based on even if we move to daily chart, we expect either here or higher, we expect to get a big correction based on daily chart because after we get, I mean, the breakout of this correction, we get this move. That's why we can expect to get the correction based on daily. That's why if you want to trade based on lower time frame, we need to have a proper trade setup. And if I move to 1 hour chart, we mentioned right now, we can look at this as expanding. Any reversal, we can look for buy, either sharp move flag or having entry above this. Rather than that, uh, we don't have any option because, and even having entry above this is, we need to be quite careful what we want to break, price break and continue the price tag. Even within the first hour we see is not moving, we don't stay with the trade in case this one turn to a more complex correction before we get the next move. And even if this one doesn't continue, doesn't give us any trade, like we see this one turn to a corrective move, we mentioned the possibility of the price to drop after the breakout of this low. When we can expect the price to drop to 1.44, but it doesn't mean the price exactly have to drop to this level. It's just based on the percentage. Okay, anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.